Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the series of how to use programming in automation. So, as part of this series, today I'm going to show you how to use logical operators in automation. Okay, okay. So, the logical operators are logical and it is written as it is written using double ampersand, and the next one is logical or operator logical or operator, and it is written using double pipeline symbol. And third one is logical not operator, and it is written using exclamation mark. Okay, so these three are called logical operators. Okay, so now I'll tell you when we use logical operators or why we use logical operators. Okay, so when we use logical operator in automation is to make a decision based on multiple conditions. Okay, I'll repeat once again. We use logical operator when we want to use or when we want to make a decisions. Okay, so here decision can be performing any action or just printing a statement, or it can be anything. Okay, it can be any decision based on multiple conditions. Okay, based on multiple condition, when you want to execute something, then we use logical operators. Okay, I'll repeat once again. When we want to perform any action based on multiple conditions, then we use logical operators. Okay, so now let us see one by one. Okay, so the first one is logical and operator. Okay, so the first one is logical and operator, and when we use this logical and operator is when we want multiple conditions to be true at the same time. Okay, I'll repeat once again. When you want to perform an action or perform an action or display anything or print any statement based on multiple conditions to be true at the same time. Okay, so here we should remember at the same time multiple conditions to be true. Okay, so in that case we will use logical and operator. So here it checks for each conditions one by one. Okay, so here we'll give multiple conditions. When we run, it checks each condition one by one, and when all of the conditions are true, then it execute the statement. Okay, so I will just give you an example. Okay, so here I will make a statement that is, I will go for a walk only if it is not raining and I have free time. Okay, so here I will go for a walk. So I want to go for a walk based on two conditions should be true at the same time. The first one is it should not be raining and I should be having free time. Okay, so here the first condition is it should not rain. The second condition is I should have free time. When both the conditions are true, then I will go for a walk. Okay okay so now let us see how to use this logical and operator in automation. Okay, so here I've already created a spec file, and for three test files, I mean the test blocks for three operators. Okay, so the application I will use to explain this is Orange HRM. So here the first one is logical and operator. So here I want to click on this my timesheet. Okay, I want to click on this my timesheet. This is the action I want to perform based on three conditions. Okay, so the first condition I will say is this URL should contain dashboard. Okay, so the first one is this URL should contain this dashboard word. This is the first condition. And the second one is here the text should be equal to dashboard. Okay, the text should be equal to dashboard, and I should be able to see this chart. Okay, so based on three conditions I want to click on this timesheet. Okay, so here if any one condition is false, it will not click on this timesheet. Okay, so here dot only, I'll just make it dot only, and I've already entered the username and password. So let us see one by one. Okay, so the first one is URL. Okay, so I'll create a variable called is on dashboard. Okay, so is on dashboard, and I want to take the URL. How to take? Await page dot URL. So URL is a method which gives URL. Okay, URL dot includes. I want to check what I want to check, dashboard word hyphen dashboard. Okay, I'll check the spelling. Yeah, it is correct. Dashboard. BOARD. Fun dashboard. Okay, so when it contains uh, this word in the URL, then this condition is true. Okay, okay. I'll print and I'll show you. Console.log is on dashboard. Okay, okay. So this is the first condition. What is the second condition? Second condition here we should be able to see the text dashboard. So let us inspect. Okay, let us take this class true f. Okay, one matching element. Let us take this. So const text is equal to await page dot locator. So locator is this, and I want to get the text content dot text content. Okay, okay. Let us print console.log text. Okay, so this is the second condition. So what is the third condition? Third condition is this chart. Let us inspect. So it has class AMP attendance chart. Okay, it has one matching element. Let us take this. So here we want to see it should be visible. Okay, okay. So const is chart visible is equal to await page dot locator. This is the locator dot is visible is visible. Okay, okay. Let us print console.log is chart visible. Okay, okay. So now before applying logical and condition, let us execute this. Okay, and see what we will get in the console. So here I'll just change the spec name. This is logical operator. Okay, okay. So we'll scroll up. Here first one is true, that is the URL, this dashboard, the word is in the URL, and here we can see the text dashboard, and third one is false. Well, let us give some weight. Okay, so await page dot wait for selector. I will say wait for selector, and this selector is, I'll copy it from here. This is the selector, and I will say I will wait until it becomes visible. Okay, state visible, and I want to wait for some 3 seconds. Timeout, I'll give some 3 seconds. Okay, okay. So here we have to give this state visible comma timeout option inside this curly braces. Okay. Okay. Now let us execute and see. Okay. So now all the three conditions are true. Okay. Okay. So now let us click on that timesheet. Let us inspect timesheet. Before that, we'll write a condition. Okay. So first one, if we'll take text. Okay. So text dot we'll say trim. Okay. Text dot trim is equal to dashboard. BOARD. Let us confirm once again. I'll copy it from here. The first condition is the text should be equal to dashboard, then double ampersand. What is the next condition? Is on dashboard. Sorry, is on dashboard. This is the second condition. And third condition is, what is the third condition? Is chart visible? Is chart visible? So these are all, these three are conditions. Okay, the first one is the text, the dashboard text should be in the URL, and the text should be dashboard, and chart should be visible. When all the conditions are true, then we should be able to, and I want to click on this timesheet. Okay. Okay, let us inspect timesheet. Okay, it has my timesheet title. Okay, I'll take control F. Let's say button title is equal to, okay, it is matching with one element. Let us take that. So if first I'll put the console statement. So when all the conditions are true, I want to print a statement that all the conditions are true. Next, I want to click on this. Await page dot locator. This is the locator dot click. Okay. Okay. So now if any one condition is false, I want to print a statement. Console.log. The statement is one or more conditions failed. One or more conditions are failed. Okay. Okay. So here inside if, this is the first condition, then use double ampersand, then second condition double ampersand, then third condition, and you can have any number of conditions. Okay. Okay. So let us execute. All the conditions are true. Okay. Okay, so let us give some weight after this so we can see the timesheet. Wait page dot wait for timeout. We'll give some hard wait. I'll give 5 seconds. Next we will see logical or operator. Okay, it clicked on timesheet. Okay, so now uh, I'll make some mistake. Okay, so here I will say instead of dashboard, I will say dashboards. Okay, so then I will say here also dashboards. Now I'll execute. Okay, so now conditions are not true. It will print the console statement, that is else console statement. So here I'll scroll up. So here the first one is false. Okay, so here the text is dashboard, not dashboards. Okay, and here we can see the else block console statement. One or more conditions are failed. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, so now let us see logical or operator. Okay, okay, I'll remove dot only from here and I'll put here dot only. Okay, so here, so logical or operator is the opposite of logical and operator. Okay. So here, so in logical and operator, as we can see, in order to print a statement or perform any action, all the conditions should be true. Okay. But whereas in logical or operator, if any one condition is true, then we can perform any action. Okay, so I will say once again, if any one condition is true, then we can perform any action or we can proceed further if any one condition is true. Okay, okay, so that's why we are saying or this or that. Okay, okay, so to show you that, I will take the same application and I will say it should contain here. I will take this dashboard word. Either dashboard word should be in the URL or title. Okay, so here we can see it is in the URL, but it is not in the title. So here it is not in the title. We can see that title is Orange HRM. Okay, so these two conditions we will put. The first one, the dashboard word should be in the URL and the dashboard should be the title of the HRM page. Okay, okay. So then based on that, I want to click on this timesheet. Okay, so first let us take the title of it. So how to take the title? Simple. There is a method called title. Okay. Okay, so const title is equal to await page dot title. So this method will give the title of the page. Remember dot title. Okay, okay. So let us print. Okay, so what is the next condition? Next condition is dashboard. We have already done that. I'll copy it from here. Okay, so the first one is title should be dashboard. The second one, dashboard word should be in the URL. Okay, okay. So I'll put condition if title or before that. So I will say title. So here itself I'll do that if I'll say const is dashboard title. I will say is dashboard title and I will say title dot includes, if title dot includes dashboard, then it will say true or false. Okay, now it will give true or false value. I'll copy it and I'll print this one. Okay, so here it will just give the title. Okay, I'll print a console statement and I'll show you. here this will just print the title, and I want to convert this into boolean. Okay, so here I was getting string, I want to convert this into boolean. So I just put is dashboard title dot includes dashboard. Okay, so now it will give, if it is include, true; if it is not include, it will give false. Okay. Okay, so now I'll put if condition. So if is on dashboard title or okay, so this is the operator, or I can say is on dashboard. I'll say is on dashboard. Okay, so if any one condition is true, then it should click on uh, this button, timesheet button. If any one condition is true, it should click on this timesheet button. Okay. Okay, so let us give some weight. I'll copy it from you. Save. Let us execute. So logical or operator perform action or proceed further if any one condition is true. Okay. So as we can see, it clicked on timesheet. So and also here in the result in the console, I'll scroll up a little. Okay, so here orange HRM is the title and false. One condition is false and one condition is true. Okay, so since one condition is true, it clicked on timesheet. Okay, okay. So now let us see logical not operator. Logical not operator is very tricky to understand. Okay, okay. So I'll explain. Okay. Okay. So logical not operator is used to negate or reverse the condition. Okay. I'll say once again, it is used to negate or reverse the condition. Okay. Okay. So it means when you want to reverse the result of a condition, we use logical not operator. Okay. So when we want to reverse the result of a condition, we use logical not operator. Okay. So it means I think some condition is true. If you put this exclamation mark, it will make the condition as false. Okay. And if the condition is false and if you put exclamation mark, it will make that statement true. Okay. Okay. So if it is true, it will make it false. If it is false, it will make it true. Okay. Okay. And also, we can say that we use this logical not operator uh, to check, or when we use this logical not operator is when some value is not entered, or some button is not visible, or some checkbox is not checked, or user is not logged in, and that cases we will use logical not operator. Okay. Okay, so I will say that I will take example. To show you this, I will take source demo application. So here I want to check, before entering the username, I want to check whether the field is entered or not. Okay, so then I will enter the username. Okay, so before entering the value, I will check whether the field is, or whether the text box is empty or not. Okay, so then I can say if you go to Amazon, by default, or here it is not logged in. Okay, so we can see that sign in word, it is not logged in. So we can put a condition saying if the user, or we can search for any product only when the user is logged in. Okay, so in that case, first we want to see the sign in button. Okay, so if the user is, or if we see the sign in button, then the user is not logged in, then it should not let us search any product. Okay. Okay, so now I'll show you how to do this. Okay, Just think of it is like it reverse the condition. Okay, and we want to perform this like when something is not present and you want to perform some action. Okay. Okay, so as I've explained here, the username is not present, and you want to, when you try to click on login button, it should say the username is not present. Okay. Okay, so let us copy this URL. Okay, I'll remove this. Okay, so here let us inspect this username field. It has ID. Let us take ID. We can take placeholder also. We'll say await page dot locator. This is ID. So ash. So we want to get the input value. So we want to see whether the field is, or whether the text box is entered or not. It's empty or not. So I want to fetch the value. Okay, for that we will use the method input value. Input value. Okay, so using this we will get the value of the input. Okay. Okay, so we'll store this in some variable called username value. Username value. Okay, so here I fetch the username value of the username field. Okay. Okay, so now l- let us put the condition. How to put? If exclamation mark. Okay, so if the username value is not there, if exclamation mark, if the username is not there, then I want to print a console statement, console.log username is empty. Fine, username is empty. Then I will say, I will print the statement username is empty. Then I will try to enter the value. Await page dot locator. So this is the locator. Okay, let us take from here. Copy dot fill. So first, before entering the value, I'm checking whether it is already entered or not. Okay, so now I know it is not entered. Now I'm entering the value. Okay, I will say dot. I will just enter test. I'll just wait. Okay, let us execute this. Okay, let us execute once again. Okay, so here it checked the value was not entered and it entered the value. Okay, so we can say username is empty, and it showed, it displayed the message username is empty, and since it is empty it entered the value test. Okay, so here we are using exclamation mark. Okay, so just to say, or to say that if the value is not present, then enter the value. Okay. Okay, so we can use this exclamation mark for many cases, like if the user is not logged in or logged in. So before continuing anything, first we will see whether the user is logged in or not. Correct? So in that case, we will say that exclamation user logged in. If the user is not logged in, then it should give us the login page. Okay, and also if you're expecting any error message, we can say if the error message is not present, it means we have not done something properly or something went wrong, something like this. Okay. Okay, so this is how we use logical operators in automation. Okay. Okay, if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.